Hey everyone, Andrew Zimmern from Bizarre Foods on the Travel Channel, and you're listening to Restaurant Radio.
Restaurant Radio.
Live from the Aspen Food and Wine Classic, Restaurant Radio with Dane Neal and Tom Rebeletti, the website FlavorHD.wmv, and in front of me, one of our favorite television hosts related to food is the one and only Bizarre Foods host, Andrew Zimmern. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
The listeners always wonder is how the concept for the show came up. You know, was it something that, you know, the network said, hey, we need to do this, and then they tried to find someone crazy enough and willing to do it enthusiastically? Or did you say, these stories need to be told, I need to eat that food?
Yeah, it's a combo platter. The network didn't want to do this show originally. It took us 4 or 5 years of pushing to actually get them to bite on the concept, no pun intended. What I wanted to do is I traveled. I mean, I live my brand. I was doing travel the way people see it on TV before we did the show. And I always believe that food is great. Food with a story is even better. Food with a story no one has heard is even better than that. And the best place to find those stories is from the fringe. And so the title Bizarre Foods was not the first choice. It was going to be food from the fringe. I wanted to call it Chew on This, which is a little too in your face for some people. Right. And we settled on Bizarre Foods, and we get to redefine the word bizarre. But we took it into the network, and it was, I just think that people want to see things they haven't seen before. And oftentimes that helps us to point them towards our maxim that one man's weird is another man's wonderful.
Well, you're an ambassador for all those things. You're taking us with you on those trips. Now, you get to go to, it's obviously a huge success, you know, a James Beard Award-winning show. It's a huge hit. But for the network, what was the thing they were balking at? Was it the subject of different cultures, different foods, or was it, how much is this going to cost to fly you all over the world?
You know, it wasn't any of that. A lot of it comes down to I would have done the same thing if I was the network. It's a branding issue. Remember, if it's 8 years ago and you're Travel Channel and you've got shows like, you know, World's Best Beaches and World's Most Greatest Cruise and all this kind of stuff, and, you know, show titles that are the names of countries, and someone comes to you and says, I want to, you know, eat fermented whale anus, and your viewers are going to love it, I think that's a reach. I admire them for trying it at all. I mean, they're brilliant. I mean, once they got around to the decision.
Now, how famous, because you're all over the place, and do you ever have cultures? I know when you're out in the middle of the rainforest somewhere, you know, you're kind of a strange person and they're just trying to invite you into what they're doing. But do you find as the show goes on that they know who you are and what you're doing before you get there?
It's so strange. I've been in the most far-flung corners of the universe and had people come up to me and go, hey, Bizarre Foods. You know, the show airs in 70 countries, and there are satellite dishes everywhere. You'd be amazed at who sees this show. It's quite something.
Well, one of the things, my father-in-law is Filipino, and he loves you because you are brave enough to try the balut.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I wonder, like, when you go to these places, is there ever a thought, and as people kind of see you coming, where the cultures will say, like, we don't really like that, but we'll make Andrew eat it and pretend we like it.
And then say we have to watch out for the BS factor at all kinds of different levels. No one tries to snooker us at all, but, you know, we have to be on the lookout for people who are trying to fantasticize food.
Well, Andrew, it's been so great to have you on Restaurant Radio. Enjoy the Aspen Food and Wine Classic and continued success.
Take it easy. Be well.
Restaurant Radio.